Happy Friday. Oh, the days just don't get any better than this. Welcome to the Beach House Beach Bunker. Come on inside. We got the chair set up waiting for you. Grab yourself a coffee. The beach is waiting for us. There's room for everybody. It is a fantastic Friday. TGIF, the weekend is here. Our first weekend after the first full week of 2025. Congratulations. You've done it, Sunseekers. It's so good to see you. Welcome to your Friday. It's Friday. Woo! Let's go for a boat ride. Let's get it going on. Let's get into it. Oh, we've got lots to talk about this morning. Happy weekend. Of course, the keyboard is coming up. We're going to go back to CES. That's the Consumer Electronics Show for some shocking video. We were taking you on a bit of a tour earlier this week. If you caught the show, we were showing you the incredible animals that they've got at CES. Consumer Electronics Show, the latest in tech. These adorable little puppies, they look real, they feel real, and they're getting very close to reality. Well, now we're about to drop on you what I've been waiting for. Video of AI robots. How realistic are these things? It's going to shock you this morning and start quite the little interesting discussion on where we go from here. It's going to be kind of a historic show, I'm not going to lie to you, because you're going to remember the day that you saw these things for the first time. And they're exciting, they're spooky, they're scary, they're creepy. And we've got it for you coming up. Also, Big Brother paying attention to us. You know, America not just paying attention to Canada because of the big rumors of the takeover and Trump threatening to make Canada a 51st state. It kind of feels good to get noticed, doesn't it? Especially when Big Brother isn't paying as much attention as maybe he should. What's happening locally? Winnipeg, which is a big city, 120 miles to the west of us, paying some big attention to tiny little Brandon. And we'll explain why. We were the number one story in newscasts yesterday in the city's capital, and we'll explain why. Also, Jimmy Carter's funeral yesterday. We got video to show there. We got bad lip reading. We've got Trump and Obama. They're not only cordial, they're laughing, they're joking, they're having fun. We're going to go to church. So get your best dress clothes on. We're going to go to church today, and we're going to take a look at how Donald Trump was received at church. Did his hands burn? Did his jacket start to smoke, catch fire in such a holy place? Awesome. Good stuff. Good stuff. Of course, we'll update you on the wildfires in California. No, the Hollywood sign did not catch fire. No, it did not. But this could be the most costliest fire in U.S. history. $150 billion in damage. 70,000 people displaced. Basically, it's the city of Brandon wiped off the map. 70,000 people displaced and 10,000 buildings destroyed. We have 11,000 buildings, households in our town. So can you imagine just completely gone in a matter of days? And we'll give you the latest on that coming up. Let's take a look outside, and we've got some snow coming, and it's not anything heavy, but it is significant, like as in you're going to want to have a snow shovel ready. We're going to get anywhere from 2 to 10 centimeters of snow, depending on where you're at. Some models are saying probably around 5 on average, which is shovelable snow, and that will start today. We'll have periods of light snow, high of -8. Snow continuing tonight into Saturday and even into Sunday. Then things clear out. The sunshine is back, and so is the cold, though. High Sunday of just -19. But we'll enjoy those single digits and a little bit of snow to start our first weekend of 2020. Well, it's really our second weekend of 2025, but it feels like the first one because we've made it to the end of the week. Our first full work week of January is behind us. And roads are generally in pretty good shape this morning. We start out at -16 with the wind chill feels like -22. Here's what the wind chill is looking like across North America this morning. Doodle-doo-doo-doo. Good morning. Good morning. It's good to see you. First week of 2025 is... Oh, and 5 p.m. sunsets return today. Although it's going to be cloudy, we're not going to see it. But you wait Sunday, you'll notice it. Sunday, you'll notice that 5 o'clock sunset, and it's going to be fantastic. Just awesome. Here is, was that the wind chills? I did that backwards. Here's the air temperature. Here's the air temperature map. Then I'll show you the wind chill again. And then we'll get into it for a Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. No precipitation on the map so far, but the light snow is coming. It's on its way. Let's welcome aboard our Sunseekers in chat and then get into what is set to be a very busy, fantastic Friday. Good morning to you. Again, we're on all platforms for hour one of the show, including TikTok, X, YouTube, Facebook. We have some sad news involving TikTok. There may be a bit of a break in our live stream for TikTok. TikTok has announced last night they will cease operations in the United States on January the 19th. So what does that mean? That means that TikTok won't be operating after January 19th unless the U.S. Supreme Court intervenes. And that could affect us on the TikTok stream. But Donald Trump is inaugurated the next day. And January 20th is going to be a big day. It's going to be the biggest. There is going to be a lot hitting the proverbial fan on January 20th. We could all be here in the beach bunker January 21st, waving the red, white, and blue in the beach bunker. I don't know what's going to happen. But anyway, we'll keep you posted on that as it gets closer. But that was announced yesterday. TikTok said, look, unless we can get, and they don't want to sell to Kevin O'Leary. So Kevin is trying to buy it. It's a bit of a mess over on TikTok. So to Samantha and Jackie and others who may join us on TikTok, I do apologize if there's a brief break. I think Trump is going to bring it back. Trump is not going to let TikTok fail, or he'll force the sale to Kevin, or maybe he'll just buy it himself. I don't know. I was asking on Facebook, what is a great TV show that you're watching these days? And Tim said, I'm just kind of watching the news. America is kind of a bit of a reality show right now. And I said, yeah, Canada too. The main character just left. Well, he kind of left. And now they're going to choose a new main character on the Canadian version of the show, and they're even letting pets vote. It's fantastic. Oh, well, who should Dizzy vote for? Yeah, you know how they're doing that whole choosing the new person to replace Justin? Apparently pets can vote. Even pets. I didn't think Dizzy was that political. And Dizzy's an American dog. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. Will I get in trouble for foreign interference if I let Dizzy vote for the next prime minister? I don't know. I guess we're going to test it. I never thought I would get my dog to vote, but anyway, I'm a little distracted. It's Friday. Let's say good morning to our folks in chat and get on with it. Tosh and Road Reverend in this morning on Twitch. As I said, we had Jackie and Sammy in on TikTok, along with Tara and Aaron. Good morning, Aaron. Good to see you. Welcome, Cindy's here on Twitch. Road Reverend says, last night on CNN, good morning, by the way, I was pleased to see JT not embarrass us. He answered questions just as he does on the Canadian media. However, he said something that I had learned in grade 7 and something that has perplexed me about the Canadian identity since I was a young person. He went on CNN and said, Canadians quintessentially hold dear the fact they're not American. That is core to the Canadian identity. And ever since I was in grade school, I thought, that's kind of weird if you want to aspire to not be something. I kind of want to aspire to be something, not aspire to not be something. And it's funny, I would mention that to many friends and family. If you and I associate outside of this show, you know I mention that on occasion when the topic comes up, that it's like, we have to be more than just not American. But he said that is the core of our existence up here. So it was kind of nice. It was kind of like, wow, before he left, he kind of backed me up. JT had my back. But he still looked like an idiot. And he embarrassed us at the funeral, and I've got the pictures to prove it. I'll show you what he was doing at the Carter funeral. And this whole Donald Trump, Barack Obama, I'm fascinated by it. I'm borderline obsessed. And I can't believe that they can't get a lip reader on this. They could get a lip reader for Joe Biden and Barack Obama when the election was on. But where are the lip? It's all this humor. That's great. It's funny. They can make some jokes. But I want to know what these two guys were talking about. They're laughing and joking like old pals. What were they talking about? Were they planning Canada's demise? Ryan is here. Good morning, Ryan. Sorry. Babblin and Yablin. Dar is here, too. Hey, and Lady J on TikTok. Good morning. Zumba Bernice is here. Ryan is here on Twitch. Polar Bear. Jody's here on Facebook. Hi, Jody. Road Reverend says, well, 1 out of 2 isn't bad for JT. He's batting 50%. Janine is here on Facebook. Hi, Janine. And with our Friday emojis we love so much. Happy Friday. Made it through the first full week of 2025. It is in the books. We have to pat ourselves on the back. Mavis is here on Facebook. Quentin's here on Twitch. Derek's here on Twitch too. And Patricia on Facebook. Patricia Ann Heffron, good morning. And TGIF to you. KDD 4380 is here on Twitch. Loretta on Facebook. MJ's here on Twitch too. And Nick is here. Good morning. Week Kings game tonight. Portland's in town. Nick already knew that, I'm sure. Cindy says, I put some snacks in the beach house pantry. Ho, 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 ho. First beach break, I'm going to go looking for them. I smell chips. Nick says, creepy and they're kooky, they're scary and they're spooky, they're all together kooky, they're the AI family. Very creative, Nick. I smelt what you were cooking right away when you put that comment in there. Oh, man. You're better off watching it on Twitch. You get the full 2 hours. Well, thanks for that, Nick. Thank you for that. Derek says, worst prime roast dinner ever. Oh, worst prime minister ever. Worst prime rib roast minister ever? I love how AI and spell check are kind of affecting comments. The worst prime rib roast ever. That's just hilarious. I think you're trying to tell us that there's a bad rib roast in office. Quentin says that Justin may very well be our last prime minister. Well, you never know. I guess we're about to find out. We're living in the reality show. We get our very own reality show. Oh, Charles is here on TikTok. Good morning, Charles. And Tyrell. Hi, Tyrell. And Linnell is here, too. MJ's got the monkey emoji with the eyes covered. Prime roast? I'd vote for that. I wonder who Dizzy's going to vote for. Dizzy's going to vote for whoever has treats. Oh, he's turned into a good Canadian. Whoever's got something free for him. Oh, Dizzy. I got to train the dog to be a little more self-reliant. Anyway, let's get to yesterday's good thing. If you're just lurking or joining the show for the first time, we'd like to start with a little bit of positivity. It doesn't have to be something big. It could be something small. Just type in GT and then dash and then let it rip. Something awesome that happened to you yesterday. We'd like to share it with the crew, if you'd be so kind, just to get us started on the right foot. The good thing for me is that there was a lot going on in the world yesterday that I can't wait to unleash on you and share with you. And I've kind of been planning the last 12 hours for today's show. It's going to be an epic Friday. We got lots of cool stuff coming up. So I'm really excited. Not to mention that it's the first Friday after our first full week of 2025. And we survived. Quentin says, sent you a pic of the rib roast mess up. You mean our prime minister as a rib roast? When you're trying to spell a big word and your phone is just as dumb as you and won't help you out, and then you throw your phone into the river. Yeah, it is. AI is increasingly becoming a bit of a challenge for us. And you know another GT from yesterday? Now, I'm sorry that this isn't locally. I'm sorry. And somebody pointed that out. Don, thank you. Don pointed this out. But I think this is going to spur some competition. What do you think about this? This is cool. I'm surprised I didn't get more reaction to this. Cineplex announcing that they're going to bring back Cheap Tuesdays. Remember when we used to go to the movies on Tuesdays? There was very often, that was the day of the week that I'd go to the movies. Because it was, I think, $6. Cineplex is offering $5 Cheap Tuesdays and $5 popcorn in the month of January. So here's what I'm hoping happens. First off, I hope the theaters are jammed. We don't have a Cineplex in Brandon. Ours is a different company, but I'll get to that in a second. First off, I hope the theaters are jammed. And then they say, you know what? We should continue this past January. Let's just bring it back permanently. Wouldn't that be great? Cheap Tuesdays are back? $5 for a movie and $5 for popcorn. I think we could all get behind that. And I know that we don't have the Cineplex locally, but point two I was going to make is that if this is super popular and they are packing them in Winnipeg on Tuesdays, maybe it'll come here. We could only hope. Nick's GT from yesterday, another jersey for the collection, first of 2025, another one on the way. Nick says, this segment of the show brought to you by Wally's Martial Arts. Sharon Walters on Facebook, totally day of the week to go to the movies. I remember when the movies were $5. And who can't get behind that? And $5 popcorn? Yes, sir. I'm going back. I haven't been to the movies in so long. Because the alternative is, and let's be honest, what is it, like $100 to go to a movie now? I mean, it's not cheap. It's $100 to leave your house. You open the grocery store. You go to the grocery store and open the door. They're like, hello, welcome to the grocery store. Can I have $100, please? Oh, sure. Here you go. Here's $100 for you. Yesterday's good thing. Oh, this sent to me yesterday. Somebody's in Las Vegas. Trina is in Las Vegas. She says, Tyler, next time you're in Vegas, you've got to go to a place called the Stage Door. I've never been, but she thought of me because she knows how much I love the Costco $1.50 hot dogs. Thanks, Trina. Bacon and now hot dogs. I'm the bacon guy and the $1.50 hot dog guy. I guess she found a $1.50 hot dog in Las Vegas at a place called the Stage Door, and apparently they've got beer for $2. This is what it looks like. She says it's a short walk from the Flamingo, and they have $1.50 hot dogs. Now, she didn't try one. I asked her, did you have one? Were they good? I did not try. Just thought I'd let you know. So if you're ever in Las Vegas, that's a cheapskate Tyler, $1.50 hot dog, and it says that on the door, $2 draft beer. That's how you get your Friday. So that's a good thing. whenever you can save a little bit of cash. And you could save some cash when it comes to getting a loan for your car or maybe renegotiating your mortgage. If you're going to be doing that, can you do me a favor? Can you at least entertain the option of reaching out to our friends at Sunrise Credit Union? Great people, 19 locations, cooperative banking. That's what a credit union is. It's cooperative banking, reinvesting profits right back into the community at a time when something like that is definitely a plus. Things are challenging. The more money we can keep in our communities, the better off we all are. Sunrise Credit Union. They have got great rates on car loans and mortgages, and you can visit them at sunrisecu.mb.ca. And again, they have 19 locations across southern Manitoba, and so there is one near you. Visit the website, give them a follow on social media too, on Facebook, Instagram, and on Twitter. At Auto Fashion, once you get that new car, you're going to want to protect it. They've got ceramic coating protection, special paint protection. They can get little scratches and dents out of your vehicle. The skiffs and so on, and if you've got some hail damage, man, the tools and the technology available at Herman's disposal is incredible. I've taken a tour of his shop over on behind Lee's Buffet there, and it is the tools that he has had to get to make sure that, you know, when there is a bit of damage to your vehicle, that he can make it like it never, ever even happened is truly impressive. Quite the operation over there. So, again, they are MPI and SGI accredited if you ever have any hail damage or anything like that. So, if there's a big oops on your vehicle, please remember my friends at Auto Fashion. They're at 255 17th Street North behind Lee's Buffet. Look for the big green A's there. And our friends at Sky Dancer Casino, if you're looking for some weekend fun, they're just a 90-minute jaunt straight south of Brandon in Belcourt, North Dakota. They've got great entertainment, great games, great food. And boy, they have paid out a lot of cash winnings over the holiday season. And so games are super hot there at Sky Dancer Casino right now. And if you get a little hot, they've got a place to take a dip with that beautiful water park that they just built and opened last year. And there are specials involving staying at the hotel and going to the water park at Sky Dancer Casino. Open 7 days a week and 24 hours a day, Thursday through Saturday in Belcourt. Go to skydancercasino.com. It's where the sky's the limit. Skydancercasino.com. Also give them a follow on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram if you would. And stay up to date on all their big concerts like Joe Nichols coming on February 15th to the Sky Dancer. Prime rib roast ministers from Bruce Almighty when Evan is having a freakout. Nick says cheap beer isn't necessarily a good thing. Just saying. Oh, in what universe, Nick? Of course it's a good thing. Cheap beer is a great thing. Now, maybe if you're taking part in Dry Wednesday? No, what is it called? The Dry January. Maybe that's what you're thinking. Maybe it's not a good thing then. But maybe you'll be going to Las Vegas when Dry January is over. And $2 beer, what is that? Even with the currency, you add 40%, that's like $2.50. What? No, $2.80. $2.80 for a beer and $1.50 hot dog. You have got to love that. Tosh's GT had a great week at the courses. Well, that's great. That's great. And you know what? I can end the GT with, and I apologize. I don't mean to be a bit of a Debbie Downer, but the good thing is that we got some attention from our friends in Winnipeg. We were the lead story on the Winnipeg News last night. And just as we are seeing some much needed attention for Canada from our friends in the USA, boy, I've never had more people reach out and ask me about what the hell is going on up there than in the last few days because of, what Trump's been saying and about the 51st state and so on and so forth. And now, just down the road, our little town of Brandon was the lead story in Winnipeg newscasts yesterday. And here's a bit of what happened.
Are set to go up more than expected. This week, MPI announced an increase, and no one likes it when their holiday ends. Brandon homeowners are facing a double-digit tax increase in 2025.
The medicine doesn't taste particularly good right now, but I can guarantee you Brandon is going to be in as good or better position than almost any other community.
Hey, there's our mayor. He's looking like he's sleeping, but he's not sleeping. That's Jeff. He's our mayor of our little town, and we were on the news last night because Winnipeg has also got a big tax increase coming. Their property taxes are going up like almost 6%. And people are really upset in Winnipeg about that. What? They're going up 6%? Holy cow, what's going on? And then the media's like, oh yeah, you should see what's happening out in Brandon. It's even worse. It's like double that at like 12%.
Facing a double-digit tax increase in 2025.
The medicine doesn't taste particularly good right now, but I can guarantee you Brandon is going to be in as good or better position than almost any other community in the next number of years.
An 11.7% tax hike is being proposed. This after a 9.4% increase last year. Mayor Jeff Fawcett says while inflation is playing a role,
there's our water tower.
This is part of a 3 to 4 year plan to make up
there's
for years
our bridge.
of low
Look at our
taxes,
bridge. Look at
reserves and ensure core services and needed infrastructure are funded.
So it is to maintain and to get us ahead for the future. Plus, $150+ million in capital projects that's big.
Winnipeg property owners are also in store for a higher than normal increase. 5.95% is planned. This after Mayor Scott Gillingham had to break his campaign promise of 3.5% because he says the city needs more revenue.
This is a really, really difficult decision.
These politicians are all so full of crap. Oh, God, I love it. It's hilarious. If you vote for me, I won't raise your taxes. Well, I got in there and I'm raising your taxes. Premier's like, if you vote for me, we'll fix health care. People are dying in the ER. They're so full of crap. If there was just a little machine like a diabetes tester, like a bullshit monitor, do you mind if we just take a little sample of your blood here for a second? Because we want to just see how full of bullshit you are. Because once you get in, you're not going to do anything you said anyway. You're just going to end up screwing us over.
I don't take lightly that, for the first time in decades, we have a tax increase at this amount.
Yeah, you look like you're all pent up.
Changes to education property taxes will save some homeowners money. And
nice roof there, buddy.
Drivers are feeling the pinch too. The gas tax holiday is over. And MPI announced this week rates are going up 5.7% on April 1st.
Oh, nice. You got the working man like myself paying $1,100 for an apartment. Then you got $700+ a month for groceries. You got gas on top of that.
You should be paying a Toronto Maple Leafs hat tax, buddy. You should not be wearing a hat like that. You're in Winnipeg. You have a team. It's got to be the Jets, dude. The Jets. Maple Leafs, that should be illegal. God.
It's kind of hard just to make a buck here and there when you got all this stuff going up.
Economist Philip Soren says people can only pay so much. Over the last 5 years in Manitoba, average industrial wages have gone up 10%, while consumer prices have gone up by 20%.
Levels of government are taking more tax. That's another expenditure that consumers are facing. So it's not hard to see that the consumers are actually, or the citizens are actually getting a little bit upset over.
What? We're getting upset? You mean there's a limit to the amount that we can pay? Oh, I'm so glad that he was here to tell us that there's limits? You mean like you and I have a budget, but they don't? Wow, this is so interesting.
On the federal side, there is the carbon tax as well.
Oh,
but
God.
With the Liberal leadership race and potential spring election coming.
Are you going to mention Brandon again?
Tax and the rebate that comes with it survives 2025.
All right, Jeff, back to Brandon.
Oh, there we
are. 11.7% tax increase set in stone?
No, but the mayor says they might be able to get that down a little bit. There is public consultation set before final deliberations at council.
Oh, okay, so it's not a done deal. It's like the whole Trump takeover. Hey, wait a second. What's Trump? Hey, what I think that all these taxes are going up. Everything's going up. Maybe we're looking at this the wrong way. Hey, maybe we're thinking, maybe we are taxed to death. What's your deal there, buddy? If you're such a master deal maker, what are you going to put on the table? All you've said so far is that you're going to take us over. How about you sweeten the pot there, Mr. Orange Man? Tell us what you got going on. How are you going to sweeten the pot? Are you going to reduce our taxes? Are you going to give us some freebies? What you got in the little bag there? Anyway, it was kind of nice to be noticed. I don't know about you, but I noticed for definitely not the right reason. However, it's also good to know that we're not alone, that there's all kinds of jurisdictions that are facing similar consequence. But we've got the beach bunker. We got the beach. And it's Friday. It's Friday. We got the weekend. We've got you and I. Here we go.
Sun is up. Let's spread the day. Oh yeah. Friday's here. Gonna start to play.
We're going to go to church coming up.
Beach bunker. Feel the heat. Dance all night. Move those feet. Waves crashing. Music loud. Feel the vibe. Join the crowd. Sun seekers. Time to shine. Weekend love will be fine. It's the weekend. Let's get wild, wild, wild. Party hard. Feel the vibe, vibe, vibe. Sun seekers all day long, long, long. Dance the night. Sing our song, our song. Games and laughs, surf the wave. No more work, time to rave. Sunset glow, colors blend. Fun won't stop, never end. Feel the rumble undertows, toes, toes. Beach bunker where it grows, toes, toes. Sun and sand, laughter, sweet, 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 sweet. Grooving down, feel the beat. It's the weekend, let's get wild, wild, wild. Party hard, feel the vibe, vibe, vibe. Sun seekers all day long, long, long. Dance the night, sing our song, yeah. Oh yeah. Games and laughs, surf the wave. No more work, time to rave. Sunset glow, colors blend. Fun won't stop, never end. Feel the rumble undertows, toes, toes. Beach bunker where it grows, toes, toes. Sun is up, let's spread the day. Oh yeah. Friday's here, gonna start to play. Gonna start to play, yeah. Beach bunker, feel the heat. Dance all night, move those feet. It's the weekend, let's get wild, wild, wild. Party hard, feel the vibe, vibe, vibe. Sun seekers all day long, long, long. Dance the night, sing our song, yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Ooh, happy Friday to you, wherever you are lurking in from, wherever you are listening and watching from. I hope that you are having a great Friday and that you are ready for the weekend. You did it. Congratulate yourself. And if you can't, I'll congratulate you. You made it through the first week of 2025. 1 week is in the books, and as we take a look outside locally in southern Manitoba, we've got some snow in our future. Some light snow in the forecast for us today with a high of -8. Light snow continuing tonight, tomorrow, and even into Saturday night, but clearing out on Sunday. But then the cold returns. We'll have daytime highs around -19 to -22 to start the week next week, but the sun will be back. Roads are in good shape this morning. We started at -16. It feels like -23 with the wind chill. And if you've got some friends or family that are doing some traveling and you want to see what the temperature is like in comparison to where we are, in the middle of the continent at the very top of that map is where we are. That is how everyone is shaping up as far as temperature is concerned. And then this is a look at the wind chill. And there's a nasty wind chill basically across the entire continent. It's a chilly January morning. There's no two ways about it. It is a chilly January morning. However, it's good to be with you, and let's get right into the fun and frivolity of church. The Carter funeral was held yesterday, and I cannot imagine what the security was like at the funeral, because the continuity chain, like if something happens to a president, the vice president steps in. They were both in church yesterday. The future president was in church yesterday. All living presidents were in church. There were world leaders in church yesterday. I mean, I would think that the security in church has never been greater than it was at the Carter funeral. And as they were arriving yesterday, as the dignitaries were coming in, it was nice to see them A, all get along, and B, it was nice that they're just like you. They seem just like you and me. If you've ever been to church before, I sometimes will go on occasion. I have been known to go to church for things like weddings and funerals, of course. I'm sure you're the same. Let's take a look and see what it was like as they were arriving yesterday. This is the arrival, and starting with Donald Trump, because you would think that this is going to be quite uncomfortable for people like Mike Pence. He's going to run into Mike Pence. First time they have met face-to-face since it kind of hit the fan on January the 6th. How is this all going to go down? How is this all going to go down? Let's watch together. Here they come into church yesterday. There is some really kind of depressing music playing. I mean, it's a funeral. And so we are just going to keep it on silent, and you and I can have a little conversation as Trump walks in. And it's going to be interesting to see who shakes his hand, who snubs him, how this all unfolds. And we're going to go to church. So here we go. I hope you've got your Sunday best on. I've got mine on. I got my tie all tied up here. And there's Melania headed away first. And here we go. This is how they're coming in. So that is Al Gore. He stands up out of respect and shakes the incoming president's hand. Look at the guy in the back in the tie there. He's, I think he's Secret Service. He's got a special tag on, and he is not looking impressed. And then Mike Pence stands up and shakes the president's hand and says hello. But, and then they move on. However, if you notice that Mike Pence, right next to Mike Pence is his wife. She does not address him. She does not stand up. She does not do anything. She snubs him. She doesn't even look at him. There she is in the bottom left corner of your screen. She didn't even look at him. And look at, you can't see it very well right there, but you can see as he walks away, look at bottom left corner of your screen, Mike Pence just staring at Trump, just staring at him. You son of a, I almost got taken out on January 6th, you doorknob, based on your language. Anyway, let's get back into church here and keep this going here. So then he comes in, gets himself a seat. Him and Melania sit down. Other people are coming in. And it's interesting because no one is really paying much attention to Trump at all. I mean, can you imagine you're walking into church? And I mean, you're at a funeral for a former president. You'd be like, oh, there's a few celebrities sitting in here. You would think, I just want to see what Trump looks like as a human being in person. No one's even looking at him. They're just walking on by. They're walking on by. And then other presidents and dignitaries come in. And I like when George W. Bush comes in, he kind of punches Barack Obama in the stomach. He does that bro hit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, hey, how's it going? How's it going, dude? And everybody, well, just hang on, because maybe you didn't see this yesterday. Everybody gets along and is quite cordial. And there comes, now, apparently Michelle is in Hawaii. Now, Barack, when he sits down, shakes Mike Pence's hand first, then Donald Trump's hand, and then the vice president's hand. So he did shake Donald Trump's hand. Trump did not stand to shake his hand. This is so interesting. I don't know. Maybe this is, it feels like inside baseball, but I don't know. I think it's cool. These are such famous and powerful people. And they sit down. It's like, how are you doing? They start a conversation right away. You can see it there. There they go. And because there's music playing, we can't hear what the conversation is. And there they are. How's it going, man? It's going great. It's so far so good. And people, the internet collapses on itself yesterday. It collapses because people are like, oh my God, these two guys look like normal guys. Uh-oh, here comes George. Here comes George. Now, no handshakes, but if you saw that, it happens quick. He punches him, and he just kind of slaps him in the stomach. Then Mrs. Bush shakes the hands of the people behind, but no one addresses Trump. He gets snubbed. He gets snubbed right here. How are you doing? How's it going? How's life in Texas? It's good. Retirement is good. It's good. And then Trump starts talking to Obama again. And they start laughing. And it was interesting because I saw a little bit of the commentary from the mainstream media, MSNBC, ABC. They're losing their mind. They do not think this is something that is here come the Clintons. Oh, she just breaks out into some big karate move and takes out. Here come the Clintons. Who shakes whose hand? Everyone stands. Everyone rises. All right. Okay. Let's do some handshakes. How's it going? How's it going? How you doing? How's it been? How's life? How's it going? Good, good. Welcome, welcome. And these people have said unkind things to each other. These are political competitors. But in the meantime, look at Trump and Obama in the bottom right of your screen. They continue their little bromance conversation going on over here. Laughing and chuckling and having a little talk. I'm going to move this over a little bit so you can see it better. There you go. Look at they're having a yak. And what are they talking about? And we got some lip reader reaction coming up for you in just a bit. And hopefully we can get some details on that. But they continue their conversation. And people, again, online are losing their minds. They're like regular human beings. Oh, Hillary doesn't. She is just, I don't know if she really ever looks too happy. Loretta says, what were they talking about? And they're laughing. There they go. They're having this deep conversation. Now Obama's laughing. He's making Obama laugh. No one else is laughing. They're like, what are those guys talking about down there? What the hell is going on? You guys get a room. And they continue their conversation. They're the only dignitaries who are actually talking. Loretta says Kamala did not look impressed. Oh, wait, she's coming in. She'll be next. She's the last, I think, to arrive. And then when she sits down, two things. She doesn't shake anybody's hand, barely says hello to anybody. Then she sits down. You're going to see it in just a second. She sits down. Then she looks backwards to these two jokers having their little bromance back here. Look at the conversation continues. You're at a funeral. And apparently it's something that Donald Trump asked Barack Obama's assistance on something, and Obama agreed to assist him and said, we're going to have to talk about this later. Donald, we're at a funeral. This is not exactly the best time to be talking about this. There they are again. No. I totally agree. What? So should we take over Canada? What do you think? MJ says everyone's ashamed. Okay, so Kamala is coming. There they are. They're all sitting there. Oh, here we go. You can see Obama's looking. There she comes. Here she comes. And Mr. Kamala. There he is. He looks scared. And then here's where you sit, ma'am. And they sit down. No hellos to anybody. Not to anybody. Not how you doing, not a wink, not a nod, nothing. They sit down. George Bush is like, George Bush's face, look at him. He's just like, okay, hang on, I got to move this over because you can't see it very well. George is looking at Mr. Kamala going, oh, good for you, pal. Good for you, man. Holy cow. Oh, this is some pretty intense, pretty awkward. Some pretty awkward moments going on here. But then the two jokesters in the back, they continue yakking and talking. And it catches her attention. Oh, look at her reaction. Oh, those bastards. Oh, not good. Not good. These two guys, they're talking. I thought you were my friend, Barack Obama, and you're joking around with the Donald? And then Joe Biden comes in, but we won't show that because it takes too long. Oh, man, it was something else. I'll tell you, something else to be sure. And, of course, it was picked up all over the place. People on TikTok saying they're exchanging words, exchanging laughs, becoming best buddies. And I was desperate to know what they're talking about. And like I said earlier, You know, there was another funeral where Barack Obama and Joe Biden were together, and they were having an off-camera discussion or an on-camera discussion with the mics off, and you couldn't hear what they were saying. And lip readers quickly determined that they were talking about Kamala Harris and that she's not as strong as me, and they were able to kind of decipher what was going on. Why can't we decipher this one? This is the conversation everybody wants to know about. A, the two of them are getting along, and B, it looked like from just basic lip reading that Donald Trump was asking for some help for something. And I want to know that's just not him. That's just not Trump to ask for assistance on anything. And then Barack Obama says, we have to take this offline. We're going to talk about it later. Here's what one report said.
What exactly did they say to each other? The world wants to know what political rivals Donald Trump and Barack Obama were chatting about at Jimmy Carter's funeral. They sure looked friendly. They chuckled like old buddies. Trump even made Obama laugh. So what did they say? We enlisted the services of a court-certified forensic lip reader to find out. According to lip reader Jeremy Freeman, Obama says to Trump, "I can't talk. We have to find a quiet place. This is a matter of importance, and we need to do this outside so that we can deal with it, certainly today."
Ooh, so something of critical importance that they need to deal with today.
At one point, Trump says, "I've pulled out of that. It's the conditions." Can you imagine that? It's unclear what Trump is referring to.
Oh, how about the USMCA? How about Canada? How about our takeover? They plot. I've got my tinfoil hat securely fastened.
The most awkward moment at the funeral may have come when former VP Mike Pence and Trump came face-to-face for the first time in 4 years. Pence refused to endorse Trump for president following their falling out from the January 6, 2021 riots. Trump and Pence looked civil with each other. Pence says, "Good to see you," and shakes hands. Then he greets Melania with a "good to see you." And check out Pence's wife, Karen. She does not interact with the Trumps and stares straight ahead.
Nothing to say. Nope. And I mean, rightfully so. There were a lot of bad words said, a lot of bad behavior. But what is really awesome is that they were able to come together for a gem of a guy. Now, politically, you may not agree with, who Jimmy Carter was and how he behaved as president of the United States or whether or not he was a good politician. But I'll tell you, when it comes to human beings, they don't get much better than Jimmy Carter. And the proof is in the pudding, because Jimmy Carter went and built thousands of homes for Habitat for Humanity. He was a staunch charitable politician. He was always doing good in the communities that he served and communities he didn't even serve. He would go around the world building houses and had been married to his wife for decades and decades. And it's just a super awesome human being. And if you've ever had the chance to watch any kind of content involving interviews with Jimmy Carter, you can see firsthand that the guy had just too big of a heart. He was too nice of a guy to be in politics, to be honest with you. He just got trounced. He just got thrown into the sausage maker. But at the end of the day, when it came time to remember Jimmy Carter yesterday, it was nice that these horrible political foes could come together to honor such a great guy. That's fantastic. And it shows that even in their pinky finger, maybe even just in their pinky finger, they have a little bit of class. Even our guy was there. Our guy, JT. Here's JT. Oh, and look at the look on his face. He's sitting next to Prince What's-His-Nuts. I don't know who that. Do you know who that prince is? That's not, or is that a king now? I don't know. Is he the jester of the queen? I have no idea. Justin is in the cheap seats. Donald walks right by. But that's not the part that embarrasses. When Joe Biden walked in, I think there was a little bit of tension in the room, and people were feeling slightly uncomfortable. Well, let's face it, there was a lot of tension in the room, not just between Joe and Don. There was a lot of, it's a funeral. There's tension in the room, and so people were expressing that, not realizing that there's cameras on you at all times. So Joe and First Lady Jill Biden come in, and look there's Justin. He's got a very peculiar look on his face. There he is, and that's making the rounds all over the place. He's got this. And if you notice, he still has his Taylor Swift bracelets on. You got a good job, man. Good job. And there's the jester or the prince or whoever. Prince What's His Nuts. Prince Theodore What's His Nuts. To the right of, oh, what a joke. What a joke. Very nice, Justin. Very nice. Are we done yet? Are you done? When is your last day? Can you tell us, when does Dizzy, my dog, get to vote for your replacement? Apparently, if you're just joining us, pets get to vote. Apparently, it's being reported pets get to vote for the Liberal leadership. And I'm excited about this because my dog has never voted before. And I know he's wanted to. When he looks up at me and gets his treats, he's like, who is going to give us more of these treats? That is the person we need to have in office, and I'm super excited about that. And if you have a pet and you want to take part, you don't even have to be liberal, apparently. You can just take part. It's just beautiful. Isn't it a beautiful thing? I think it's exciting. It's fantastic. Oh, what's also fantastic is the service you get at Murray Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC Certified Service Express, the official oil change of the Tyler Glen Show. Slide on by 1500 Richmond Avenue in Brandon, pull up to those beautiful bay doors. They'll open them up for you, get your wheels right in there, get you all looked after, and get those fluids all done for the winter so you don't have to worry about that winter driving. Maybe a quick battery check, of course, a tire check. They'll do the multi-point inspection, show your filters while you wait, and you're on your way. Murray Chevrolet Cadillac Buick GMC Certified Service Express. You'll find them at 1500 Richmond Avenue in Brandon. It's the service your car deserves. Kuiper's Family Bakery is on 1st Street, and they are Brandon's bakery. You don't get to be Brandon's bakery just by putting a sign out there. You have got to be invested in the community, and of course, Curtis and his crew certainly are. With the generous donations they make to things like Christmas cheer and the barbecues and the support for the many organizations throughout the 12 months of the year at Kuiper's Family Bakery. And in return, that bell on the door at Kuiper's Family Bakery is ding-a-ling-a-ling all the time because people want to get in there and get some of those beautiful cinnamon buns and sausage rolls and pizza buns and special loaves and monster cookies. Shelves and shelves of cookies for you at Kuiper's Family Bakery. They are Brandon's bakery, and we invite you to pay them a visit at 1411 1st Street, just north of the First and Richmond corner beside Tasties. And Epp Law Office, another big community booster, super involved in the community. Epp Law Office is your legal advisors when it comes to buying or selling any kind of real estate. If you're looking at redoing your will, or if you've got some corporate law concerns, maybe you have a small business you're thinking of incorporating, maybe you've got some business-related questions legally, reach out and you can DM them, give them a call, or visit Epp Law Office because they would love to see you at or hear from you at 642 18th Street, Unit A, across from the RBC on 18th Street. Loretta says Missy is in. Missy is a cat, and that's fantastic. Let's get the winner's bell. Okay, now, does Missy like treats? Is she going to be a socialist? I'm worried about Dizzy. Dizzy and I are going to have a talk this weekend about where we go from here. We cannot have Dizzy vote for the left-wingers. I know he likes his treats. He just wants to sit there and get fed. Oh, Dizzy, we got to do better. We got to do better, Dizzy. Here's a list of celebrities who lost their homes in the wildfires in Los Angeles to this point. This could be the costliest fire disaster in U.S. history. As we said earlier this morning, the Hollywood sign did not catch fire. However, there still is fires burning. The winds have died down somewhat and have made this somewhat easier to fight. Billy Crystal, Paris Hilton, her Malibu house was reduced to ashes. Anna Faris, the actress's $5 million Los Angeles home, was destroyed. Mandy Moore, John Goodman's property was destroyed. Anthony Hopkins also lost his home. James Woods in Pacific Palisades, his home was destroyed by fire. Canadian Eugene Levy of Schitt's Creek has a Hollywood home. His house was destroyed by fire. Ricky Lake also lost her home. Spencer Pratt and Heidi Montag, that couple's home was destroyed. And Candy Spelling, $23 million mansion. Candy Spelling, she is the widow of producer Aaron Spelling. A lot of the big 80s TV shows like The Dynasty, and I think they produced Beverly Hills 90210, also lost their home. And the Spelling property, that has been in their family for over 50 years. Worst fire disaster in American history, $150 billion and counting. And the death toll has risen to 10. Last time we spoke, it was 5. It's risen to 10. Officials are saying that it's just too early to tell how many people have perished in this disaster, but 10,000 buildings destroyed, and 70,000 people have been displaced because of the disaster in Los Angeles. Just absolutely unfathomable. By now you've seen the pictures, and thankfully Airbnb has opened up their reservations to basically everybody who wants to, needs a place to stay. And same with Lyft and Uber. They're transporting people across Los Angeles to safety. And I once again reached out to a few additional people that I know in Southern California, and they had said that they were in the southern part of the city, and although air quality continues to be a bit of a struggle, basically folks in the southern part of Los Angeles fared much, much better than those in the northern part of the city. And in the northern part, that's where you have a lot of the high tourist areas, although things like Disneyland are in Anaheim, and that's in the south. So Disneyland, not affected by this. However, things like, the Hollywood sign, Hollywood Boulevard, got jammed up with lots of traffic through, the evacuations and so on. But just going to check to see if there's anything breaking here. They're just kind of doing a wrap here. I'm just taking a look at a feed from Los Angeles, and nothing too wild and crazy this morning. They're just kids are obviously out of school, and they will continue their school year likely next week. But some of the pictures that are coming out of there, absolutely incredible, and it will be literally a decade rebuild in Los Angeles for that northern part of the city. But those winds, they were the real culprit. And there are rumors floating around that the fires were started by arsonists. These are rumors at this point. Now, officially, the LA Fire Department has said there's no evidence of that. However, there have been some people that apparently have been arrested with fire items on them, things like blowtorches, matches, stuff like that. Now, obviously, there's going to have to be an investigation into that to see, okay, so why are you walking around Woodland Hills with a blowtorch exactly? What were you doing what do you do with a blowtorch? Is that like a welding thing? So anyway, there have been some arrests of people that have had some fire starting equipment, I think more out of precaution than anything. And so should there be any details on that, that'll be huge news because, boy, things are so dry and the winds were so awful. It wouldn't take much to get those fires to take off and do the damage that they did. So we'll continue to follow that. But coming up next hour on the show, truly one of the most shocking videos you're ever going to see on our show. Shocking. And it comes from CES, the Consumer Electronics Show in Las Vegas, and it has to do with robots. And I can't wait to show you this. It's coming up next hour on the show. AI, a big part of the Consumer Electronics Show. We showed you the puppies that look real. What about humans? We're there. We are this close. And we'll watch it together in hour 2 of the show. It's exclusively on Twitch, so we have to say goodbye to our friends on TikTok. Thank you, Jerry and Jeff and Tara and Paul. Thanks for hanging out with us for a little bit. We got to roll. You guys have a great weekend. We will be back again on Monday at 7. And in the meantime, enjoy your weekend. And we'll catch you on the flip side Monday. But better yet, come and join us on Twitch, twitch.tv/Tyler Glen Show. You can also watch through the website at tylerglenshow.com. Okay, tylerglenshow.com to watch through the website. In the meantime, take care, TikTok. We shall catch you tomorrow or catch you on Monday. Have a good weekend. Okay. And likewise, we shall say farewell to our friends on YouTube. Come and check out this dramatic stuff from CES. I am not lying. It's freakish, creepy, wild, and exciting all at the same time. Kind of like this show, maybe. Old Chickie joined from Facebook. Hey, thank you, Old Chickie. I love the user handle. Loretta, we got to get you over here. The kitty wants you to join on Twitch. Come on. We're moving over to Twitch. Thanks, YouTube. Same for you, YouTube stragglers. We're moving over to Twitch. Have a good weekend, guys.